Hello everyone. Today I want to share a simple story with you, a story from a quiet village about a young boy who discovered the real power of focus. By the end of this story, you'll understand how deep focus can silence negativity and completely transform your life. There was a small village surrounded by green fields, open skies, and peaceful mornings. Life there was simple, but not easy. In that village lived a boy named Raghav. Raghav was known for his intelligence and honesty. He was disciplined, sincere, and hardworking, but his life was full of responsibility. He lived with his mother, and every day he helped her survive. Before the sun rose, Raghav was already awake. He worked in the fields, plowing the land, watering crops, until his clothes were soaked with sweat. Only after finishing all his work did he return home to wash and study. He loved learning, but time was always against him. Still, the villagers believed in him. Everyone thought Raghav would do very well in his final exams. And Raghav believed it too. Then came exam season. During the day, he worked in the fields. At night, he studied under a small dim lamp. He gave everything he had. But when the results were announced, something painful happened. Raghav failed in one subject. It felt like the ground disappeared beneath his feet. But the real pain came later. As Raghav walked through the village each day, people whispered. Some laughed, some mocked him. "Look at him," they said. "So intelligent, yet he failed." All that confidence was useless. Their words were sharp, like thorns piercing his heart. Raghav stayed silent, but inside he was breaking. One evening, exhausted and hurt, Raghav went to his old teacher, Teacher Karim, a calm man with gentle eyes and a soft voice. Raghav stood quietly and said, "Teacher, people laugh at me every day. Their words hurt me deeply. I can't bear it anymore." The teacher listened patiently. Then he said, "Tomorrow morning, I want you to do something." "What is it, teacher?" Raghav asked. "Take a large pot," the teacher said. "Fill it completely with milk, then walk through the village path. But remember, not a single drop must spill." Raghav was confused. The task made no sense, but he trusted his teacher. So he agreed. The next morning, the village woke up slowly. Birds sang. The sun rose gently. Raghav filled a large pot with milk right to the edge. It was heavy and unstable. He held it with both hands and began to walk. Each step required care. One mistake, and the milk would spill. As he walked, the villagers were there again, ready with their looks, their whispers, their laughter. But something was different that day. Raghav didn't hear them. His eyes were fixed on the pot. His hands were steady. His breathing was calm. All he saw was the milk. All he felt was balance. All he knew was focus. The world around him blurred. Voices faded. Faces disappeared. Even the loudest laughter sounded distant, like an echo from far away. He reached the fields. Not a single drop had fallen. Later, Raghav returned to his teacher. "Teacher," he said, "I was so focused that I didn't hear anyone on the way." The teacher smiled. "That is the lesson," he said. "When your mind is deeply focused on your goal, people's words lose their power. Noise becomes meaningless." At that moment, something changed inside Raghav. A calm strength replaced his pain. From that day onward, Raghav stopped worrying about others. He studied with full attention. He worked with peace. He walked with confidence. The village didn't change. The people didn't change. But Raghav did, and that changed everything. One morning, as he watched the sunrise, golden light touched his face. He smiled, because he understood the truth. When you focus on your goal, negativity becomes blurred just like the background of a camera. So if you ever feel hurt by people's words, if you feel doubt, pressure, or fear, remember Raghav. Hold your goal like that pot of milk with steady hands. With full attention, stay focused, stay strong, and let everything else fade away.